What's up, guys? Welcome to season 3. We're going to do this season a little different. We're going to start out with a little bit more educational and kind of build off that as we go. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so for today's episode, we're actually going to do a bike review over the bike that I currently ride, as well as some of the gear that I use for hydration and filming and all that good stuff. So we'll kick it off. So I ride a Diamondback Atroz 2018 model. It's a 27.5 inch wheel size, medium size frame. I chose medium just because I wanted to have a little bit more maneuverability than a large frame, which is actually what's supposed to be for my height. So this bike, again, it's a medium frame. It has originally had a 3x8 speed on it. It was a 22, 32, 42 in the front, and it was ranging in the back from 11 to 32 tooth. It's got 120 mil travel in the front with preload adjust, and originally in the rear it had a 184 by 44 millimeter coil shock, which has been upgraded, as you'll see here shortly. It's currently got mechanical disc brakes. I guess that's about the basics of it. One of the first things I did was add the pouch on the handlebars / frame in order to store my phone. Just makes things easier, so that way I don't have to, you know, if I hear my phone go off or feel it go off or whatever, I don't have to worry about it. I can just hit a button on the screen and see it right there in front of me, so it makes things a whole lot easier. So I added a chainstay guard on the rear, which my chain is actually 8 through completely by now, so I'm going to be upgrading that to something better or something different here in the near future. I also added a fender on the front. Doesn't really do a whole lot, but thought I'd give it a shot. One of the most critical upgrades I've done is the rear shock. I went from the coil shock, which I was bottoming out very heavily most of the time, so I swapped over to a DNM rear air shock with a lockout. I actually don't ever lock it out, but it has the ability for that. It's nothing fancy. It's less than $100, and it was a big improvement for at least my riding style and to get this entry-level bike going. One of the next upgrades I did was swap from my 3x8 over to a 1x. I swapped to a oval narrow wide single front sprocket with 32 teeth, and in the process of doing that, I also swapped to a chain guide, bash guard, whatever you want to call it. It's got a roller and a guide across the top, and it's even got an extra solid bottom, so when you hit rocks and things, you don't actually hit your sprocket. Shortly after that, I decided, all right, it's time to get a dropper post. Got tired of climbing hills with the seat really low or having to stop and get off and raise it, so broke down and bought a Satori dropper post. It's a internally routed cable system one with 5 inches of travel. The dropper post itself came with a kind of a crappy lever for activating it, so I upgraded to one with a roller that I found on eBay as well. Some of the things that I carry with me, first off, just got a cheap helmet. It says Bat Fox on it, so it's probably just an off-brand of a Fox helmet. It came from eBay as well, but it's done the trick so far for me. I used to use a helmet mounted camera mount. I had to change that, so now I've got this chest mount, which is a lot more stable and always aimed in the direction I'm traveling, so it definitely helps for shooting video. The only issues I have are adjusting it vertically up and down for the correct angle, so you're not too far ahead, but you're not straight down on the front tire. I've got some hand-up gloves I use. Hand-up's a company here local in Chattanooga, so I like to support local if I can on some of the simpler stuff. As you can tell, it is time for an upgrade, so I need to go and get another pair of gloves. As far as hydration, I've got a Columbia brand 2-liter pack. It's also got plenty of room in the pockets for tools and snack bars and things like that for whenever I run out of energy out on the trail. And as of recently, I've started carrying a patch kit. I believe that's roughly it for everything I usually have with me. As far as riding apparel goes, t-shirt, gym shorts, tennis shoes. Nothing fancy, but again, always have the helmet and the gloves. always have that as well. So for all of you guys out there who want to get into mountain biking and aren't really sure what they want, or think you need a great bike to hit some of these trails, you really don't. I bought this one actually last year. It was on sale, end of the year model. It was $400 and something, and it's taking a serious beating with me. So you don't have to have the fanciest at the top of the line to get out there. If you want to get out there, hell, most of the people I ride with have hardtails. So hope this has been decently educational for you guys. I'm not the greatest in the world as far as a narrator / educator, but just thought I'd give you a quick summary. That about sums up my riding and what I use. So let's go grab a beer before it gets too late. Ooh, it's getting a little dark. I better hurry and get out of the trail, especially if we're gonna have a beer before anywhere closes. Oh, looky there. Somebody's left us a beer. I guess we'll take it. Man, Hand Up's right. These gloves are good for holding bars and beers. Well, today we're going to enjoy this Harpoon Oktoberfest. Fun fact for Harpoon Brewing Company is 3 friends couldn't find anything on their local taps in town that they liked, and after traveling to Europe, they tried so many diverse beers that they wanted to bring something like the culture of the beer from there back to Massachusetts. So in 1986, Harpoon Brewing Company got the first brewing permit for Massachusetts, number 001. So 1986, that's the first brewing company in Massachusetts, and that concludes today's episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already, and we'll catch you guys next week.